All right, we're back. Welcome to FawnStube. So, as I said, trying different stuff with the YouTube. I want to go a little bit cinematic, voiceover, overlays, but also vlog. Keeping what built this channel, keeping what I do, what's true to me, which is just documenting my life, working out, vibes. So, it's 2026. A lot of new training. Currently training for the London Marathon, which I'll make a video about exact running training, but taking a different approach to lifting too. A lot of my lifting going to complementing running. So like on my leg days yesterday, I'm trying to get my squat up first off, but doing more unilateral exercises, doing stuff that results in more leg drive. So going with a running first mind focus, and yeah, just trying to get back into progressive overloading, actually writing down all my workouts, which I forgot my book, but usually I bring a book every day. Just getting fucking back to it, getting back to fucking slamming the weight. Hybrid is out, but being big as fuck and being fast as fuck is in. Whole fit, Gymshark. I feel like I don't plug my Gymshark code enough, but it's clearly all I wear in the gym. I fuck with these pants. Shirt. I'm really done with wearing like tight stuff nowadays, like base layers. They're cool, but not when you're about to be 25 years old, I guess. Just my personal opinion. So, it's been a bit. We had a really busy October, really busier November, and an even busier December. The physique went down a little. We're weighing 186 pounds right now. 183 this morning, but 186. I was fat last week, but kind of not fat anymore. But I got a layer of fat for sure. But the good thing about having muscle, once you get it, it's hard to lose. And when it goes away, it's easier to get it back. Like, I always give it, I say like a 2-week rule. 2 weeks back on diet, back on training, and you're back to where you left off typically. So it's been 2 weeks, we're getting back on it. Running a lot. We're productive on Garmin again, so things are looking up. Welcome back to FawnStube. We're starting the year a little bit different, starting the YouTube a bit different. I wanted to do these voiceovers, talking just straight to the camera, and then overlaying the action, things that I'm doing in my life, but all in a way to motivate, help, inspire you, and also me in the process, of course. At the end of the day, I'm just documenting my life for you guys to see, but it holds me accountable. Doing my daily habits, actions, inspires me to be the man I want to be. So, all in all, it's a win. But I wanted to start this new YouTube doing higher quality with intention. I feel like my past YouTube videos, hey, we're just shooting on the day and just come along with me, which is cool. And I probably still will have excerpts where I am messing around with my friends and it's very handheld. And, when I go on my trips, when I go in another mountain, you're probably going to be on my little handicap. So still going to have a personable level. And I feel like this is as personable as it gets here too. But today, wanted to chat how to train, how to balance life, fitness, business, family, social life, everything. Like they all go hand in hand. It's hard to balance everything, honestly. I'm running a business. I have a great group of friends. I have a girlfriend, but I'm training for a marathon and I've done that in bodybuilding. I've done 2 bodybuilding competitions. So while working a full-time job, so I know how to, or at least I hope that I do, how to balance a good life, training hard, making money, and being a good person too, and not letting it consume you. So, designing your training for the season of life you're in. So, I've had many, I call it phases of my life, of where I used to bodybuild, and then I was in the military, and then I was solo traveling the world, and then now I'm running and lifting, but now I'm building a business. So, I've had many phases of my life where I had to have my training adapt to my life. It's not the other way around where my training always remains this exponential growth. It remains this, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, and everything in my life is on the back burner. No, I like to approach life the other way. My life come first. Training simply comes second. I don't mix up the two. And that results in my training taking a hit sometimes, definitely. Like I've been trying for sub 3 for over a year now, but during the time I've done sub 3, I've summited the tallest mountain in Africa. I've traveled the world more times than I can count on my hand. I've made the best memories. I've bought a house. I've done so many things to where my training has taken a hit, but I've made the best memories. I've made more money than I could ever imagine, and of course, I'd like to say I hit that training goal. But at the end of the day, I've lived a great life, and the training will always come. So you simply do not need 6 days, 7 days a week to progress. I get a lot of people asking, what's your split? Trying to copy my exact split or copy someone else's exact split or training style. But at the end of the day, there's many ways to skin a cat. You can train 3 days a week and probably make the same progress as someone who's doing shitty workouts for 6 days out of the week. Um, you can wake up at 8 a.m. and you might probably gonna make the same progress as someone who is waking up at 6 a.m. But you're looking at your phone, waking up like, damn, this motherfucker got 10 miles at 6 a.m. Yeah, well, maybe he went to sleep at 1 a.m. and got 5 hours of sleep. So that was detrimental to his training. So I think in 2026, let's ditch the all out mentality. Yes, train hard, all out, give your all. But at the end of the day, it's not this or that. You can have a balance of both. You can live a great life. You can train really hard. You can be a good husband. You could be a good father. You could be a good friend. You could be a good boyfriend. And they all can uh, coexist. But it does take sacrifice from each side for sure. So I feel like everyone says consistency, 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 but that really is the name of the game. Consistency beats perfection every time. So in my personal experience, I've been at this, I'm 24 years old now. I've been working out since I was 16 and a half. We can throw up a photo here, there. And that's where I started at. And this is where I'm at now. And so that's what, 8 years of work, not exponential growth. I mean, I was jacked when I was 17, and then I lost it all when I was 18. I got jacked again when I was 19, and then lost it all when I was 20, and then did bodybuilding and got the best shape of my life when I was 21. Lost it all again when I went to Europe when I was 22, and vice versa. Went back and forth with injuries, with running, physique changes, and so me giving, I don't know, being right on my diet, training 80% for a course of a year, beat me being 100% for the course of 3 months with my life sucking. So one rule I abide to is non-negotiables. Whether it's a non-negotiable workout, non-negotiable health, non-negotiable morning routine. I think that everything starts with a morning routine first off, but a non-negotiable workout, meaning for me, that's a daily activity in the morning. If I'm out running, then I'm going to the gym, or I'm walking, or I'm on the treadmill, or I'm gonna go on the bike. But a non-negotiable every single day that basically provides structure and gets me in a forward momentum progress throughout my whole day. So whatever that looks like for you, whether that's literally as simple as eating a protein shake in the morning and that's your non-negotiable, that sets your day up right. Taking a morning shake drink, or or literally stepping outside for 10 minutes first thing in the morning, if that's what helps you to get your non-negotiable in, then do that. Not every day you're going to feel great. Not every day you're going to PR. So honestly, I like to think of it as, I took this from like powerlifting when I used to powerlift too. RPE, uh, rate of perceived exertion. So even if I ran and my heart rate was way higher than it should have been, I was like, okay, well, I still ran the amount that I would have with the same exertion. That therefore means I'm gonna have the same progress. Same thing when it goes in the gym. And if I'm like, damn, I didn't hit, you know, my progressive overload weight this week, but I literally gave all that I could have at the same exertion that I did maybe last week. So I'm still gonna result in that same amount of muscle growth because I put out that same exertion. My muscles still would work the same exact hard way, even if it wasn't the exact same weight. It wasn't the exact same pace. So giving your all every day in a perceived rate of exertion, I think is just as good enough as hitting that PR. If it matters to you, you'll make the time. And a good morning routine. I think everything starts and revolves around your morning. When I found myself either not waking up early in the morning, or not having my morning drink, or not reading, or not getting some light, then it literally compounds into the rest of my day bad. So I find that if I wake up past 8 a.m., then I feel like shit the rest of the day. Or if I don't get my workout in the morning, I feel like shit the rest of the day. Compared to when I do, I feel like a million bucks. So it makes the whole big difference. I think my non negotiable is a morning routine. I set my drink before the night before. I put creatine, I put electrolytes, and I put, I don't know, anything else that I kind of want to have that next day, but usually creatine, electrolytes, and I drink that the next morning. And in a realistic, perfect world, I would read, have my red light on at least for 20 minutes or a chapter. And that just really, at least for, in my opinion, it's like my little break from the world. The 20 minutes that I get before the world wakes up, before my phone is blowing up, before people want this and that from me and work starts. And so if it matters to you, you'll make the time. And I'm not saying it's an all or nothing mentality. Yes, sometimes like you don't have the time. I was actually talking to a guy in my run the other day, and he came up to me. He was like, yo, I work in the oil fields, and I just like I'm not finding the time, and yada yada. And I could have been like, no, if it matters to you, you'll make the time. But no, man, like if you are waking up at 3 a.m. to sometimes drive an hour, 2 hours to work, and then you have to drive an hour, 2 hours back, and you're working, let's say 8 hours, 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours, like you simply don't. Maybe you have 30 minutes at lunch, but at the end of the day, like you don't want to be, if you're doing labor, you don't want to go work out for 30 minutes. And it sometimes just doesn't make sense, but still you can find a way, whether that's walking during work, whether that's focusing on your diet more than your actual training, and you train 3 days out of the week where you suck it up and you do train out of those lunch days, or you train on the weekends for sure where you don't have work. I think that in that way, if it matters to you, you'll make the time. And I mean, I don't have kids yet. I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to a crying baby, but I am waking up at 5 a.m. because Walter's purring on my head. So I do have a little cat baby. But if it matters to you, you'll make the time before your kid wakes up. Like, um, I know a friend who wakes up at 4:20 every day, and not because he wants to, because his kid wakes up at 6 a.m. So he wants to get his morning run in and get his breakfast in before. And of course, he would love to wake up at 6 a.m., but he wakes up at 4:20 every day. So instead, he goes to sleep 8:30, 9 p.m. every day. So perfect example. If it matters to you, you'll make the time. What's 20 minutes out of your day? Like, I feel like many of us who's probably watching this, 20 minutes out of every day, you can run at least a mile, mile and a half, 2 miles maybe, right? So at the end of the day, that could be all that you need, and a good diet to change your body, change your life, change your mentality. So if it matters to you, you'll make the time. Revolving around your priorities. So for me, I love to travel. I love to go out. I love to have a good time with my friends. I will always have a little frozen marg at the end of the night if someone offers. So when I get in situations like that where I'm like, okay, I'm going on a date with my girlfriend after, you know, 4, I'm like, okay, I need to get my training done. I need to get this business done. I need to get these meetings done. And how do I go about that? Or, let's say it's a weekend and you're going to go out with the boys and you're like, all right, well, how am I going to go about this? Because I've been locked in all week. Drink break. The way I've gone about it for the past 8 years is 1, it's not that deep. 2, revolve around the priority. So when I go out with my friends, I'm like, all right, let me eat this pound of chicken, eat this pound of meat before I go out and have some tequila shots. Or, let me, funny enough, prep this, like, I don't really drink much, but prep this literally electrolyte drink. So when I come back from, going out with the boys, then I'm going to pound this electrolyte drink. And I always abide by the rule, if you can play hard, you can work harder. So if you do go out with the boys, I always tell myself, and I tell my boys, like, yo, if we're going out, we're waking up at 6, 7 a.m. and we're, going hard, working too. You know what I mean? So there's been many times when we've gone out and then we all wake up at 6 after going to sleep at like 4, like, fuck. And I'm like, I'm always a friend that's like, hey, we told ourselves, we promised ourselves last night, and as a man, your word is your worth. More just like on a dietary level, I don't think it's that deep. If you go out with the boys, it's really a couple shots don't hurt. But I always like to think I get my 2 pounds of meat in, I get 2 protein shakes in, I hit my protein goal, I get activity in, and lift. So steps, lifting, diets, and electrolytes. But on a day-to-day basis, I find myself, when I'm in like that flow state, revolving my day-to-day habits, activities around my priority. And, right now my priority is training for this sub 3-hour marathon. So every day waking up, it's like, okay, I'm going on this run, and then I have this meeting, and then I'm gonna go lift, and then I have this appointment, and then I'm fixing this on the house and whatever. But I'm like, okay, at 11, I know that I need to eat this pound of meat, or I need to eat this meal. And so I'll get that prepped in between the meetings, and like just consciously in my head every day, I have these little benchmarks, chapters where I'm like, all right, I need to eat. I need to be at the gym at this time. I need to do this meeting or whatever. But I feel like I get really busy, and I'm sure you do too. Get really busy and I just literally forget to eat. Not forget, but like I'm so busy I don't have an appetite. Then I don't eat, and then I train shitty because I'm not fueled and whatever. So revolving my day around my priority, and honestly that's kind of eating and training, but eating first. So at the end of the day, your life comes first. Training should support your life, not compete with it. That's the way I live. I always like to say fitness, travel, live. That's always been my 3 core mottos in my life, and that's what I'll abide to for the rest of my life. No matter if one day I try to do a 2:30 marathon, I'm still going to be out with the boys. I'm still going to be living a good life. It might take me longer if I was really locked in, but you only got one life, so live it good, live it hard, live it right. Might be the end of this YouTube video. Maybe we'll add more, maybe not, but even if not, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for finding value in the content. Road to 100K subs starts now. Expect 4 videos a month, 1 video a week. Working hard on the YouTube, prioritizing it, revolving around my priority. So, hope you guys have a great 2026. Hope you guys made your goals list. Refer to last video if you need to make your goals. We made a whole how to make your goals, how to accomplish them type of video. And let me know what you guys think of this type of style of video. Do you like the more vlog style, or do you like the sitting talking overlay that is vloggy in a way? I don't know. Trying out new things and trying to evolve at the end of the day. I think that's the key to life success, is evolve as a person, spiritually, mentally, physically. So if you guys love this video, you already know what to do. Much love. See you guys the next time. Peace.